Good morning. Happy Sunday. Which way? Which way? Which way? Because I feel like my face is like turned that way. I don't like that. All right. All right. Good morning. Good morning. I was literally laying in the bed having a very lazy Sunday. Yes, I am moisturizing my feet right now because I literally am just getting up and I was like, it's winter. All right, good morning. Welcome. So well, actually, let me do the card pull first because I feel like the card pull is going to lead into this discussion about this thing that I wrote saying that men are not responsible for women's orgasms. I'm gonna talk about that because I posted that initially because I believed it, and then I think I posted it again last year. It seems to get a lot of responses. So since I've been going live, I figured out I'd talk about it and bring some clarity to it for people who are like, what the fuck is she talking about? But first, let me do the card pull because that'll be quick. And it's from the Black Goddess Oracle deck. I've been led to do card pulls during my live streams. Don't ask me why, because I don't know, but I'm gonna do it. Maybe it's because of the full moon eclipse that's coming up. Not a clue. So very beautiful pouch. It's Black Goddess Oracle deck. The website is Black Goddess Within, I think, but I will post the link because people keep asking about it, and it is a beautiful deck. Like it is a beautiful deck by a Black woman. And I'm like, yes. All right, so let me I feel like this is the card, but I'm not sure. Okay, this one popped out. So this is what we're gonna do. This one popped out. So let me not play around. Califia, mythical island of California. Queen Califia and her gold-clad black warrior woman, Al, fiercely protected their precious land with the help of griffins. Queen Califia reminds us that we are all warriors. I hope I'm not pronouncing that name wrong. I'm like California and Califia. Queen Califia reminds us that we are all warriors. Our weapons and fields of battle may look very different, but we are all charged with the sacred duty of wielding our creative gifts for change. And the message for this is live into victory. Gold-clad black warrior woman, right? It's like Wonder Woman, y'all. So that's the card for today. Which ties in nicely, black-clad warrior woman. All right, so let me get into this thing with the women and the orgasms and all that stuff. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna talk for a little bit, and then I'm gonna check out your comments. So if you have anything to say, post it there. I can see it on even I'm on Zoom. I can see it on Facebook, and I will respond real time to comments. So but I'll talk a little bit first. So thank you, Kimya. Thank you. I appreciate that. Because the way they had it spelled was Califia. So I'm like, Califia? I don't feel like that sounds right. All right. So this is for men and women, by the way. So I'm glad to see a man on here. I see you, baby. All right. So let me get into it. Women, men are not responsible for your orgasms. And here's why. Let me drop in. As women, we are beings of pleasure. And that has been lost. That has been lost. Especially for my brown sisters, because we have inherited a legacy that says that somehow pleasure is not ours. For my not brown sisters, there's a legacy of just being a damsel in distress. And so as women, we have left sex up to men. Like someone told us that we did not get to determine who we have sex with, how we have sex, what positions work for us, what are the ways in which we deserve to be pleased. We were fed a false narrative that somehow men knew our bodies better and men knew better. And this is nothing, I love men, so y'all already know that. Like this, I'm not digging on men. I'm just talking about what we've been taught as women, that men knew better and knew our bodies better. And so whatever happened in the bedroom, we weren't involved. We were a prop in some ways. What often happens with that? We walk away from and I'm speaking just for sex now. I'm gonna expand this into life, but let me just focus on just sex for a moment. We walk away from sexual experiences like that was whack, he didn't know what he was doing, and all those types of things, but we never opened our fucking mouth to say, I like to be eaten this way. This is the movement that works best for my pussy. I need X amount of foreplay. We don't have these conversations. And part of the reason we don't have these conversations is because in our mind, there's still some shame around the fact that we enjoy sex. Like as women, we're supposed to secretly enjoy it, but not outwardly. And we don't speak about it with whoever our partner is because somehow they're supposed to know. And there's this unwritten rule that we don't actually talk about it. So that's one piece of that. If you go into a restaurant and you asked for a well-done steak and they bring it back to you rare and put it in front of you, whose responsibility is it to let the waiter know that that's not what the fuck you ordered? Because the waiter just, there's stuff going on. They put the food in front of you, they're like, good, enjoy your meal. It is your responsibility to say, hi, this isn't what I ordered. So if you could kindly take this back, I would like it well done. Your sex is no different. Your sex is no different. You are fully engaged and involved in the pleasure of your body. It is not his responsibility to know your body better than you do. It is your responsibility to teach him how to please your body. And men need to know this. Like they're dying to know. They don't know. They do not know. There is no special class that men go to say, this is how women like their bodies touched. All they got is fucking porn. Most of them. They don't know that your pussy is not the same as the 5 pussies that came before. And if those women didn't say anything, then they're assuming your pussy's the exact same as the other 5 women. And you're sitting there like, I don't like this. And he's like, is it good? You're like, mm-hmm. Because you don't want to hurt his feelings. No. It is your responsibility to speak up and have conversations about what you desire in the bedroom. Your desires are important, and he is there to assist you in fulfilling them. It doesn't mean that you're not there to assist him too, but we ain't talking about men, y'all. Like, so I don't want to be like, why didn't she hit out me? Yeah. But we're not talking about that today. He's there to assist you in fulfilling your orgasmic pleasure. Otherwise, you just being kind of like lazy. Because you're just gonna lay there and be like, all right, he's gonna do whatever he's gonna do. I don't have to be involved in this. And so then how does that show up in your life? Because how we are in the bedroom is how we are in life. It is. And so if you're in the bedroom, not speaking up for what you want, not stating what's important to you, not speaking on your desires, how is that translating when you're at work, with your relationships with family, with your relationships with friends? Are you one of those that's going, no, it's okay, but you're really secretly resentful? Are you playing the martyr role? Are you feeling like, I don't have any choice? Are you being the victim of your life? Because if you're not able, and some of us just weren't taught that, right? So this is not, some of us weren't taught that or given the opportunity to explore that. So here's your opportunity to begin to explore this powerful side of you in which you get to determine who you fuck, how you fuck, make love to, caress, get spanked by, choked by. You get to decide that. It is your body. Just like some of you have decided you want tattoos or piercings, you get to decide how the dick interacts with you. And here's another reason why this is important, because when we make men responsible for our pleasure, and this can be applied to anybody, whether it's man, woman, genderless, whatever have you, anybody, you make anybody responsible for your pleasure. You hand over the keys to your kingdom to them. You give them all of the power. I always like to use Jerry Maguire because, I mean, great movie, but shitty end. You know, you give them the keys to say, you complete me. You're the only person who can give me pleasure. Now you're running around like a fucking banshee because you haven't heard from him in 3 days and he's the only one who can give you pleasure. And you've broken up and you don't know what to do because he's the only one who can make you orgasm that way. He brought the orgasm to you. He did it. He's responsible. He handled it. But when you realize that it was your openness, your willingness to receive, your desire for your own pleasure that brought you those orgasms, well, if shit should go south, you're going to be all right because you're not putting all of that good endorphin feeling, all of that orgasmic pleasure in his lap. And this is also not good for men, as someone mentioned below, because it boosts their ego in an unnatural way. You have men walking around thinking that they are the reasons that a woman is so screaming and fully enjoying herself. Some women are screaming and fully enjoying themselves just because that's what they do. God, what was that line? BBD had a song. Oh, thought it was me. I thought it was me that made that girl feel that way. Came to find out she's like that every day. Yeah. And we grew up with that, right? We grew up with that idea that I think about that song now and I'm like, oh, you know. So a lot of us grew up with this idea that that's how we make a man feel special. That's how we show him that he owns the pussy. Because we're only like that with him. So it's his. It belongs to him. Which means the pleasure belongs to him. Which means he must stay in our lives and we must have him by any means necessary, which means he cannot talk to another woman. He can't even look at her because they might take him away, and he owns my pussy and he's responsible for my pleasure, and I can't have that. Oh no. See, it leads into this weird codependent psychosis when we make men responsible for our pleasure versus this beautiful interdependent interwoven connection that happens when we take ownership of what the fuck we want. When we release the shame of stating, you know, I really enjoy oral sex. And not just I enjoy receiving, because like that's okay, right? I enjoy receiving oral sex, you know. And I'm being nice because, you know, Facebook censorship is it. Well, I enjoy being eaten. That's okay to say. Then he's like, all right. But have you not walked up to it? Dude, you having conversations about a man, you know, about your sexual preferences and just been like, you know what I really like? I really like to suck dick. Like, have you told him that? Just be like, it's a thing that I love to do. I mean, most of the time, I'd be like, oh. But take ownership of your shit. When you take ownership of your pleasure, then again, you will show up in your life so much differently, because you will show up in your full power as a woman. And as a woman, we are so powerful. Do you not understand or know, by the way, that our sex drive is actually higher than men's? Like, they keep telling us this false narrative. We have so much sexual energy. And like I stated in the other thing that I wrote, it's because we are creative creatures. It's constantly flowing through us. Hence the need to dampen it down and clamp it down through all kinds of means, because, you know, people are scared of it and all that bullshit. But we have such a high sex drive, and we're trying to act like we don't. Then we're coming into the bedroom like, okay, you just lay me down and you just pump on me and do your thing, like mutual masturbation. You just like I'm a wet sleeve, and I'll fake an orgasm so that you feel like you've done something, and then I'll grab my toy and go finish myself off. And most of y'all think that that shit is normal. Like, that's just what it is. Yeah, I'm gonna have sex with him and then I'm gonna go get my toy and do what I do. Why? Don't you just tell him what the fuck you want? Talk to him, because he doesn't know. He has not a clue. Let him know how his tongue needs to interact with your clitoris and your lips. Let him know you don't like it to be sucked. Let him know you want it to be sucked. Let him know you don't like the nibbling. Let him know you want more of it. Have these conversations. Be responsible, just like you would if you were at a restaurant and your food did not come out the way you wanted it to. Use that same, excuse me, hi, I'm paying for this. So use that same courage and strength in the bedroom, in your boardroom, with your family, with your friends. You know, no, I don't like doing that, babe. We might need to find something else to do. That does not turn me on at all. At all. Maybe try it and then, you know what? No, that doesn't work for me. That's part of your pleasure too, by the way. Pleasure doesn't mean I say yes to everything. Pleasure also means I say fucking no. No, I don't like that. No, that doesn't feel good to me. Pleasure also means that. No, I'm not going to be able to meet you for lunch today. No, mom, I cannot do X, Y, and Z. No, I'm not cooking such and such. No, I'm not going to visit Uncle so-and-so who, you know, touched me in inappropriate ways. No, I'm not going to visit Aunt so-and-so because she always says, you know, things to me. But it's family. I understand that, but it's still no. See how it extends to all the rest of your life? No, I'm not going to just take that job just because then I'm going to be miserable there. I'm going to find some other things to do. No, I'm not just going to lay down and take it and hope that this person knows what they're doing and make someone else responsible for my life. No, I'm not going to do that. So women, no, men are not responsible for your orgasms. I want to read something that I actually saw one of my other friends. I know I put the library glasses on, the naughty librarian. And it was so like, I was like, yes. And it's in my Facebook stories. Spirit says some of y'all scared to accept your power, because that means it's you who will be saving yourself, and you prefer to believe someone or something else is coming to save you. How's it going sitting outside in the rain, waiting for a ride when you have keys and a car? And I want to say this because as women especially, some of us have this love-hate relationship with men. We don't trust them. We don't want to need them, but we want them to prove that they love us by coming to save us, to make up for the fact that the other men in our lives were not able to do it. And so we've got this back and forth going on that energetically is also very confusing for them. I don't trust you. I don't know that you'll be here, but since you're here, I need you to save me. I need you to make my life better. I need you to make it easier for me. Come, fix it. I was definitely one of those people. I really wanted my ex-husband to fix my life. I really didn't want to do anything else. I'm being perfectly honest. I did not want to be responsible at all. And he was not prepared. He was not ready. I just wanted him to do the stuff. I didn't want to do it. Like, save me from the love that my dad didn't give me. Make that better for me. Save me from my low self-esteem. Love me so that I don't have to think about it, and make me feel whole. I want you to save me from all of that. When that wasn't his job. It was not his responsibility. It was mine. It is no man's responsibility to fill your holes. Well, the holes in your heart and your spirit, the holes in your body. No, it is no man's responsibility to fill up your empty cup. That's not his job. He comes to you when your cup is so overflowing with how you feel about your own self. But he's not coming in to like pour into you so that you feel good, because again, you're still making him responsible for making your life better. It is your responsibility. You came into that body. You came into this realm to experience and learn and grow and do whatever it is that you need to do. It is no one else's responsibility to come get you, to come save you, or to come make your life better. And as women, we just have to stop doing that. It does not mean we cannot be interdependent. It does not mean we cannot be in relationship. A lot of us don't even know how to be in a relationship with someone unless it is codependent. And we think that that's love, and it is not, and it is unhealthy. And this is why so many people are getting divorced. Because eventually, someone's going to grow up. And someone's going to say, yeah, this dynamic is actually not working. So we need to learn a new way. We need to learn to stand in our own power without being bitchy and shit about it. You know, no, you're not going to have to go out and be dominant. I mean, unless that's the dynamic that y'all like, it's cool. But learn how to be in your body, in your power, being able to state what the fuck you want. Such a turn on for men. When there's clarity, couple of examples so that y'all really get it, because it's abstract. One, I was watching a video a friend of mine sent me, and it was a comedian. This woman comes over, all video, whatever. And she comes over and she sits next to the dude on the sofa, and they're watching TV. And she scooches over, the booty scooch, and she scooches over and she lays her head on his shoulder and all that, and he's like, oh yeah, she's sending the signals, right? Because that's how men think. She's sending the signals, and she's all cozying up to him. And, then he goes to kiss her and he kind of lays her down and she's like, what are you doing? And he's like, what? This is like, you didn't, because now he's confused because she's sending all the physical signals. And she's like, no, this is not what I wanted. And he was like, oh, okay, well, then you should leave. She's like, what? He's like, yeah, I don't like, it's confusing. Like, I don't want to be in a weird position. So you should go home. So she gets to the door and she's like, I did come over, for sex, but I didn't want to do it on the couch. I wanted to do it in your bed. What the fuck? So why didn't she just say, hey, I'd like to come over to your house. I'd like to have sex with you in your bed. You see what I'm saying? Like, why didn't she just say that? Or when she got there, hey, you know what I really like to do? I really like to go into your bedroom and have sex. Why send like smoke signals, and then when they're not received properly, be upset? And as women, we do that. We do that. Another example. You want a gift. And there's a dropping of hints, but not anything said, because we're not supposed to say what we want as a gift, because it's not a gift, because then they got us what we asked for. It's supposed to be a surprise, right? So he's supposed to know what it is without knowing what it is, and follow the breadcrumbs and the clues that you give him, so the gift can be a surprise. And then when he doesn't get the thing that you were trying to leave the breadcrumbs for, you're like, didn't you catch the hints? And he's like, I don't know. I don't know. Stop doing that. It's very confusing for men. So women, no, men are not responsible for your orgasms. You are responsible for your orgasms, because you are responsible for letting them know what pleasure you would like to receive. And so that makes you responsible for communicating to them what you would like. All right, I'm gonna look through the comments and see if there are any questions. And also a couple of updates. So Solstice Alchemy will not happen in this Facebook format like I've done previous years, because I also have the Central Energy Coven, and because most of the people who join Solstice Alchemy are women. I mean, I've had like, over the past 3 years, I think I've had like 5 men maybe in total. So Solstice Alchemy will happen inside the Central Energy Coven. It's pretty much the same price. Solstice Alchemy was $22.11 for the 40 days. You can join the coven for $25.99 a month. So, and you can cancel anytime. So I would suggest you, if you're a woman, I would suggest just joining the Central Energy Coven. That's where we'll be doing the 40 days into your soul's desires, getting clear on these things, because when you're clear on what your soul is desiring, then you can actually begin to project it from your throat chakra clearer. And I think we're going to do a journey through the chakras this time for the 40 days. That's what it feels like needs to happen, as I just said that to you all. So we're going to do lots of activities there. And there's also a yoni devotion in there. So it's 7 days of journeying through your pussy, which the woman absolutely loved. That was fun. So I will put the link in the stuff as well. Well, not the link. No, you have to message me if you're interested in joining the coven. I screen and speak to every woman who wants to join the group. That's how I keep it. That's how I keep the energy the way it is. So if you're interested in doing Solstice Alchemy, if you're interested in any of the other things, the coven is where it'll be at. DM me and we can chat about that. Okay, so let me go through this and just see what's happening here. Thank you. Thank you so much, Aya. Yeah, Faith, I know. Thank you, Marcel. Thank you. Are these all the comments? Because I don't think I can see all the rest of them without making myself, without making it noisy. So I'll look through and I'll respond to anything that needed responding. All right, hopefully this brings clarity to this statement. Please feel free to share this. Yes, please feel free to tag women who may not have understood, or men who are confused, like, how am I not responsible? I've been taught that I'm supposed to give her the orgasm. Like I'm supposed to give it to her. So I got to figure out how to give it to her. Now you see how that makes it performance-based for them? How can they connect with you if they're performance-based? And y'all don't want that. Y'all don't want them to be like, you like that? You like that? Is that good? Y'all are like, yeah, it's good. You want the connection. When you move all that other shit out of the way, now y'all can really start to connect on a deeper level beyond the performative sex, to make sure you got your orgasm first so that then he can come. Right? All right. I feel like I want to say one more thing. One more thing. When you're open to receiving your own orgasms, when you no longer make it his responsibility, your orgasms are actually better. They're stronger. They're longer. They happen far quicker because you are already juiced up on your own supply. So it's not going to take you 30 minutes to get an orgasm in because you are already hyped up from your own juicy energy. So you taking responsibility for your own orgasmic pleasure will make sex better for you and anyone you choose to have sex with. And I will leave you with that. All right. I love you. I feel like something else wants to come through, but I don't know what it is. So I'm going to pop off before this becomes way too long. I'll see you all back here tomorrow. Have a happy, happy Sunday. Bye.